Hello, and welcome back to Mr. B Teaches History. Today we'll examine the role of violence played in dividing the country before the Civil War. This includes individual acts of violence, but also broader actions by groups that use violence to get their way in the debate over the position of slavery in the United States in the 1850s. So let's get started. Immediately following the passage of the Kansas-Nebraska Act in 1854, both abolitionist Northerners, known as Jayhawks, and pro-slavery Southerners, known as Ruffians, migrate to the territories to express their opinion at the ballot box. This leads to violent clashes between the two groups throughout the state. Notable incidents of violence include the Potawatomi Massacre in 1856, which was led by the Connecticut abolitionist John Brown and his sons. This event was in retaliation of Missouri ruffians and pro-slavery citizens burning the town of Lawrence, which was an abolitionist stronghold. Both sides ratified constitutions for the state in their favor and ignored the results of the opposition. One well-known act of violence surrounding the debates on slavery was the beating of Senator Charles Sumner by Representative Preston Brooks. This beating was the result of Sumner ridiculing slave owners like Brooks' cousin, Senator Andrew Butler. He compared slave owners as in love with the prostitute of slavery and endorsing the raping of the virgin Kansas. Brooks is hailed as a hero in the South and Sumner a martyr in the North. In 1858, there was also a fistfight between 30 members of Congress during an all-night debate on the acceptance of Kansas' anti-slavery constitution. And in December 1859, members come to a session armed to fight as they hurl insults and threaten each other. Along with violence in Congress and Kansas, there is violence in the streets of the United States as abolitionists actively fight against the enforcement of the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. There are several acts in 1851 where many people are actively freed from jail or prison before they can be returned to the South as slaves. Many of these instances lead to significant court cases on the enforcement of the Fugitive Slave Act, which will be discussed in a different lecture. Not all attempts are successful, but all require violence to ensure their goals are met. In November 1859, John Brown of the 1856 Potawatomi Massacre leads a raid on the Federal Army in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. The goal was to steal weapons to arm slaves nearby and start a massive slave revolt in Virginia, which would expand throughout the South. No slaves join him, his men are killed, and he is captured and put on trial for treason, murder, and inciting a slave insurrection. He is executed later that year and is seen as a martyr to the cause of abolition, but Southerners see him as a crazy Northerner trying to start a race war. Southerners fear that more raids are coming based on the reaction of the North to his execution. Many Southern state militias seized the federal forts and armories after the election of Abraham Lincoln to president and their secession from the Union. But Fort Sumter escapes this fate due to the fact that it was on an island just outside the port of Charleston, South Carolina. The Union soldiers hold out for months, and Lincoln attempts to send them reinforcements after he becomes president. But to stop this, the Southern military finally attacks the fort, forcing it to surrender before additional supplies can arrive. This is considered the first major battle of the Civil War.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or clarifications you would like to make about this lecture, please leave a comment below. If you learned something new, please consider leaving a like. If you would like to receive notifications of more content like this, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. If you would like to support this channel and creator financially, please check out the links in the description for merchandise or sites that will provide me direct financial support for the work of this channel. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Class dismissed.